Hello and welcome to the shop. We have the final product for Chad's template for the porter cable dovetail jig. And speaking of Chad, he is in the shop today. How you doing, Chad?
Hey Tracy, glad to see you face to face.
See you, man. I'm glad you made it.
Two years, right?
2 years.
Almost 2 years in the making of this. But glad to be here. Did a walk around of the facility here. Awesome place. You have a lot of stuff going on. I like it a lot. So I guess let's get rolling. Let's rock and roll here.
Well, in today's video, we're going to be showing you the final product of this template. Going to show you how to use it and also let you know how you can get one for yourself. So be sure to watch the video in its entirety for get all the information, because this video is going to also serve as an instruction video for this product on how to use it with the porter cable dovetail jig. In this video, we won't be covering in-depth instructions on how to use the porter cable dovetail jig. I've got videos on my channel for that, and go check them out. There's playlists on there. We'll leave links in the description below and all that good stuff. This one is going to mainly focus on the setup, use, and how to purchase. We're going to call it the 2.0 version of Chad's jig. Well, we're going to show you what this template looks like. First, I want to tell you that he has put a magnet in it, so you can just stick it to any spot on your jig when you go to store it, and help you keep up with it. But here's the way it's made. It's a whole lot smaller than the original one, which in all honesty, it's a whole lot better because you don't have all that others just taking up space and room for nothing. And it's a whole lot easier to store, and with the magnet on it, which was a superb idea, you can just stick it anywhere you want to on your jig. Or if you got a toolbox or something like that you keep, or anything else metal that you keep a lot of your stuff in, you can just pop that in there. So there's what it looks like. We're going to show you how to lay this out. Now, these boards that we've cut roughly around 4 inches wide, we're going to mark center on them and show you how to use this jig, this template. After getting it marked, and if you want to check, you know, I measured from one side. If you want to check yourself and make sure that you are centered, just measure it back from the other side and just make sure that you are good to go. Because it's very important that you do mark dead center. When you put your board up in here, make sure that you go all the way up flat against this template and get your mark as about as center as you can get it between two of these tines, and then just lock it down. Your brake should be all the way back over to the left, out of the way, and we're going to line up off of that. Now, he's designed this with the magnet to the left of on the cross beam here, and if you've got it to the left, that will put your etching toward the board, and you'll want that. If you've got it turned around this way, you've got the thickness of this acrylic in between your line and the board, and you can get some deflection. So be sure that you turn the magnet to the left hand side, and that will put that etching completely up against your board. Then all you have to do is just line that line up with that center mark on that template, and make sure that you stay all the way up against the top of that. Lock it down, slide your bracket over and lock that down, and then you can pull that out and you are good to go. And we're going to cut a set of tails, and then we'll do some pins and show you how they line up. And just as a little tip, if you'll take some blue tape, now this is pine. You may or may not have to do it depending upon the species of wood that you're using, but if you will take a piece of blue tape and just put it across there. It don't have to be all the way up the top against the template or nothing. Just put a piece of blue tape across this. You've done got it centered up and everything, so it's not affecting anything. But that will help save with any tear out if you have tear out with softer wood, such as pine or basswood or something like that. Just put you a piece of blue tape across there, and we're just going to cut that all to pieces. Then when you take this out, you can just peel your tape right back off. And you can see all those corners and everything is just about as crisp as they can be. And we've actually set up 2 routers. One with the dovetail jig in it and one with the pin bit in it. And that'll save us some time. And we're good to go. And I failed to put the blue tape on that one, and we'll show you what it does when you don't have it. Look at all these fuzzies and stuff on here and breakout. It's going to cost you a lot of planing and a lot of sanding to get that out. But that's the difference that the blue tape has made. And with the purpose of this template is before, when you were putting your boards in the jig, you had to measure back and forth in order to make these dovetails land at the correct spot to have correct or symmetrical size pins on each end. And a lot of problem that a lot of people have is this doesn't come out even right here when they get done, because it's just not, you know, you're measuring both ends, which is twice the amount of time to have error. And with this template, you get perfect joints on both sides all the time for your drawers, your casings, boxes, whatever you're building that you're using dovetails in. And that makes for a very nice joint. The boards are perfectly even. It's where you want to be if you're doing dovetails on a Porter cable dovetail jig.
All right, Tracy demonstrated how to get through using the jig with this template. Everything went through smoothly. Like you said, the key thing is getting that board, finding that center point, and double checking, triple check. You know, measure 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, cut once. So went through, saw his line was dead on, and then once he had that line dead on, it came into the jig here. The jig helped them center it in the template here, and everything turned out, I think, pretty much the way we want. I thought it was
I don't think
great
any
cut.
drawer maker, anybody that uses dovetails that's going to use the Porter cable or any dovetail jig would argue with those joints. Those in my opinion are spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Yeah.
I would take those all the time.
Yep, and just give you a little bit of insight on this. So if you saw the other video, the template was slightly bigger than what this one is. Had multiple fingers we go in them. That was a little bit overkill, so we decided to re-engineer this a little bit to bring it down. So you could use the 1/2 inch finger joints here on the templates. You can also use flip it over, and if you have the 1/4 inch template, which we have over there, you can use that in the fingers as well. So they're both on one template. You have one. We embedded a magnet here, so the magnet on this, you can stick it to the machine and know where it is at any point that you need it. So you just stick it to the machine anywhere that you feel comfortable. You know it's going to stay there, and then when you're ready to use it, pull it back out. The lines on it are all etched on it, so they're as fine as we can get them to where you can still visibly see them and line them up with the template accordingly. Everything seems to be nice and square. Everything just keeps everything nice and exactly where they need to be. Your horizontal lines are referenced on here as well, and your center line, which is what we just showed you demonstrated there. These have a little bit of a cutout here, in here, so if you get any little bit of sawdust buildup or anything like that, it won't impede going down the whole way when you stick the template in to the or the jig into the templates. And but that's pretty much, I think, everything we kind of want to cover.
I really
on this.
like the size of it because it can, and with the magnet, it can be concealed or kept, stored right on the jig itself, and you don't have to worry about keeping up with it. If you do like I do, I put my jig back down in the box and slide it out of sight, out of mind when it's not in use. And I know when I pull that jig out that template is going to be stuck to the side of it for easy use and access. It's not as cumbersome in your hand with it being small like that when you're putting it in, and it's made to it's got a good friction fit to it going into the template. It's made to not bobble and knock around. You could with one hand take that template and push that in there, and it's going to stay exactly right where you put it. And I think that's a big plus. As far as the size, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper on shipping. With when y'all order one of these, as far as getting them to you, it's not going to cost as much as sending something that's 3 or 4 times the weight and a lot of wasted material. And you can manufacture these a lot more at this size,
yeah,
to get them out to you all, instead of having to just keep asking and asking over and over again, wondering when you're ever going to be allowed to be able to get one of them. Well, now they're going to be coming out. They're going to be coming out at this size and a lot faster.
Yeah, and excited to say that they are available now. So Tracy will have a link down below of how to get these. Just follow the instructions, and I'll make sure that we get them out to you then. But just one more tidbit of information here, just another tip when you're putting these, using this, just remember the orientation of the magnet, or mainly the etch line goes against the wood, so you don't get any of that deflection. The other thing is to make sure that it's fully in against the wood and down against the template as well. So as long as you have that, it'll stay nice and square for you, and those line references will come out spot on for you.
Yeah, your biggest hurdle with it is having to mark, which is not really a big hurdle. I mean, it's simple. If your board's 4 inches wide, mark it at 2 inches. If it's 5 inches wide, mark it at 2.5. Mark center. I mean, just mark center. If you mark center and get true center, take that few seconds of time to make sure that you check it, double check it, make sure that you have marked center. Then your template is going to keep your dovetails spot on. There's no question about it. We have tried this and tested it and tried it and tested it, went through several different prototypes, sent some out and had people to try them and everything, and the feedback on what feedback we got was great. And now we want to make sure that everybody that wants them can get them, and that's the reason why for the downsize, and they work perfectly.
just follow the instructions down below, and don't forget to hammer down on that subscribe, like button, and we'll make sure that you get one of these.
All right, till next time, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to my shop. We have the final product of Chad's template for the quarter cable dovetail jig, scratch. And speaking of Chad, he is in the shop today.
Hello everybody. Thanks Tracy for inviting me down. What do you want me to say? Hello everybody. What do you want me to say?
I don't care, whatever. But I'm gonna put this in my left hand now where I've got that free. In this video is going to be the instructional video for the scratch.
Hello. Hey, thanks Tracy.
Glad you made it. You gonna tell them where you flew in from?
Just flew in from Fredericksburg, and man, my arms are tired. I need to. Can you see this? Because it keeps blinking. I don't.
It's fine.
It's.